Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the RaceKraft Simulations V8 Bets with full broadcast this Friday night. I'm John Van Ree. With me is Mark Dial and Michael Hayes. How are we, boys?
Good, mate.
Of course, we are coming from the one and only Detroit, USA, Old Motor City, out on the magnificent Belle Isle, just on north from the shore of Canada. It is a fantastic circuit, but we might just have a quick look at the championship standings going into this race first. It is very, very interesting. So Steve Williams is leading the championship on 709 from Abel Verban. Michael Hayes sitting in third, just in front of Dave Baldock. What's going on, Michael?
Really?
Yes, really.
Well, there are a couple of fast guys that had a week or two off, so I don't want to get ahead of myself at the moment because there are a couple of fast guys that once we do the count back, it might get a bit tighter.
Okay, so equal fourth with Bulldog is Yusuf Corafidis. Simon Black is in 6th. 7th is Pete Kelly. 8th is Darren Walden from Angry Birds. 9th is the man having a epic start to the season, Pete Morris. Motorsports, Darren Friend, Molmax and Sons rounds out the top 10. So quite an interesting looking top 10 and an interesting looking top 25 there in the championship. Let's have a look at the track, of course, here at Belle Isle. We start on the start finish straight on the edge of Sunset Drive instead of turning left and heading over the river into Detroit. And you trouble with Gunter, we continue on and sweep to the right through turn 1. And then sweep through turn 2 onto Central Avenue, where we get to drive down, heading down towards the beautiful monument, but we don't quite get there, and then turn onto the Fleming Straight is the hard braking corner, which is known as turn 3. We then come through, as some people call it, the staircase. I call it Picnic Way through 4-5, and then we cross the waterway onto turn 6. Going past Marty knows where to look for the action, so keep your eye out in that part of the track. We then comes down the beautiful drive to the Strand, where we look down to the south, you can see Canada. Oh, what a great place that is. We then continue on and we come down into turn 7, where we go around the cricket pitch. That is right, we own USA. There are 2 cricket ovals and 2 cricket pitches, one with a white picket fence even, here on Belle Isle. It's a great place. We go past the casino, we then hook around through turn 8, we sweep through turn 9 on the edge of the James Scott Memorial Fountain. So great these guys acknowledge our Australian Scott, James Scott, and building a lovely big fountain. I think that's pretty fantastic. And we come back onto Sunset Drive and hook around the James Scott Memorial Fountain a little bit more, and then we sort of have the double sweeper of 12 and 13. Back on the Sunset Drive and back down into the start finish area. So it is definitely an interesting part of the circuit to come to. And I really enjoy this place. It's a concrete jungle. There are walls everywhere. And it is definitely going to be anyway, we definitely come back out onto that start finish straight and we make our way through where we're going to go. Look at that. So just back on the James Scott Memorial Fountain, it's a 1920s workhouse that basically donated a fair bit of money to the city back in Detroit, used to be the richest city in the United States before New York became the financial city. It was Detroit, home of the industrialisation. Let's have a look at the flyby. Our good friend, Mr. Will Wilson, he has got up again. This time he's up in his Piper Malibu. He is cruising down along the river. Some say he's doing border patrol to keep those people from the south out from coming across the river into the United States. Passing downtown there on the left, that's where the NASCAR and IndyCar now come and race. They don't race at Belle Isle anymore. But as you can see, it is a great little island sitting in the middle of the river, and definitely a awesome spot to be. And we can see there's the other cricket pitch there with the white picket fence around it. And of course, big thank you again to Mr. Will Wilson for giving us his lovely flybys. Let's have a look at the grid, boys. Let's see if this is going to be a bit of a shuffle. So, of course, we did say a few boys been away the last couple of weeks. They are back again. So let's definitely continue on. And we then go into with Marty Hughes on pole. The Pacific Esports racer has put the Big Pelican on the front row. Great to see Marty getting a good result there. Then we come up to, of course, in sharing the front row with him, we've got Abel Verban from Sim RacerHQ. Great result for the rookie to put himself on pole. Second row, Michael Hayes from Unhinged Sim Sports. Haven't seen this guy up this high, so definitely going to be interesting to see how this guy goes. Bit of a rookie up this high, aren't you, Hazy?
Yeah, I think maybe 5th or 6th was the highest up till this week since I dropped down to 4. So yeah, it was pretty good.
And of course, our good friend Darren Friend sits alongside you on the second row from Old Mates and Sons. On the third row, we've got Steve Williams from DPR Motorsport. waving the flag for the ACT, and then he shares the third row with Yusuf Korafides, of course, unhinged Sim Sports teammate of Michael Hayes. On the 8th row, Rob Baxter from CX2 Reality Racing. That is a cracking result in the top 10 again. And he lines up alongside Southern Cross Racing's Vaughan Robinson. Great to see him knocking the battle up there. On the 5th row, we have Bruce Galloway from W2 Motorsports. A great result for Bruce, put himself into the top 10. Pete Kelly from Team VGA sits in 10th on the 5th row. On the 6th row, Joseph Granshaw from Unhinged. That's 3 unhinged guys in the top 12. He lines up alongside Pete Wilkinson from Locked On Racing. We go over the page and we have Carl Pickering from Pico Industries. He would be pretty happy with 13th. That was about where he was thinking he was going to be sitting when he nutted out his pre-race brief. I hope everyone saw that on Facebook on Pico Industries. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Talk about wearing your heart on your sleeve. And then, of course, sharing the 7th row is Team HJR, Henry James Racing. Team Jinx Shifters, Sean Slater. On the 8th row is Van Ree from WKMP. He's well ahead of Bulldog for a change. Good to see. And he lines up alongside Ash Hall from Quantum Racing. And then on the 9th row is Pete Morris from Fishy Motorsports. He's got himself in the top 20 again, and he lines up alongside Anita Buckham from Old Mates and Sons. And then, of course, on the 10th row is Robbie Williams is coming to entertain us from Player One Racing, and he lines up alongside Doug Wright from Old Mates and Sons. On the 11th row, Greg Shelton from Mustangs North Queensland lines up alongside Locked On Racing's Leon Williams. And then on the 12th row, Darren Freer from W2 Motorsports lines up alongside Dave Baldock. A long way back there, isn't he, Hazy?
It is a long way back. What's that beside him? 24. I don't think Dave can count that high.
Yeah, a bit worried about him. I think he's lost. And then, anyway, we come on to the 13th row, Kevin O'Neill from We Race, and he lines up alongside Anthony Rivet from SLS Racing. And then we come onto the 14th row with David Logstar from Team AJR lining up alongside Tim Hall from Player One. On the 15th row is Timmy Verme from 1MLT lining up alongside Brendan McLean from BMAC Racing. And then on the 16th row is Braden O'Loughlin from Frog Leap Juiced lining up alongside Unhinged Sim Sports Dale Harvey. And then, of course, we come on to the next row in 33rd. We've got Darren Verme from 1MLT. Jamie Dyke, double duties tonight. He is the assistant to the Chief Race Controller, David Coleman, and also our safety car driver. Simon Black snuck in at qualifying, just got himself into the server in time, but was unable to set a qualifying time. And then we also had Darren Walden not setting a time as well. And Phil Marsh, I think, was in the server again as a spotter. That is our grid, boys. A few missing, down on numbers a little bit compared to what we're used to. So I don't know whether the track scared a few people off, but definitely still going to be some great racing in here.
Definitely looking forward to it.
So any thoughts on being up the front there, Hazy?
Just looking to try and get a good start and see what happens is really the only thought going through my head. Making sure that I got my pit strategy set, making sure the tyres were turned off and all the good stuff.
All the good stuff turned off as well.
Yep.
Definitely going to be interesting to see how this one goes. I'm trying to get a decent camera. I'll never get a decent camera at this place for the start. Anyway, let's light the wick on this one and let's get it started. 200 Ks, of course, this race, and you have one tyre change permissible, 2 compulsory pit stops. So tyre management will be the story of the evening. So let's see how this one plays out. So still a couple of seconds to go here as these guys are all starting to get themselves formed up on the grid. We're gridding. Lights will come on in a second. And we are away. A bit of a jump there from Hughes. Look at that. Hayes through both of them in the middle there. That is a great move from Hayes. Hayes gets the jump. It's going to take it around turn 2 in front of Hughes. And then we're going to see Verban in front of Williams. So absolutely cracking start there, heading down through turn 1. It's going to jump back here a little bit. Rob Baxter side by side with Darren Brennan. Coming down, and one of the unhinged cars makes a move. Yosef Korafides Baxter's into the push and Kelly into the back. Fair bit of action already. I think Baxter may have had some equipment failure or some mechanical damage there. We'll come back to that. Has come around the next corner. Mr. Shelton, I think he's got through there all right. Oh no, there's another incident. That's created a bit of carnage. I think that's going to create a blockage on the track. And I do believe the safety car has been called. And we have not got ourselves completed here on lap 1. So safety car out early. What are your thoughts at this stage, Hazy?
That the safety car will help us settle and see what happens from there on in. So yeah, I wasn't upset. The boys were catching me pretty quick after I got that hole shot, so I was kind of happy to just let it slow down and take a breather.
And for those playing along at home, you might be able to answer this one for me, Mark. So the safety car's been called before the first car has crossed the start-finish line on lap 1. What does that mean?
Well, you can stop, but it's not going to get counted.
Exactly. So interesting, Vaughan Robinson is in the lane. So I'm not sure why Vaughan's come in, whether it was a flag or something. Very interesting call. Where he was. He was up near. Yep. Yeah, he was up near the front. So bit of a strange one. Mentioned it was only one set, or was that a surprise? Will Wilson. It wasn't a surprise. It was in the sup regs. So there was no surprises about that one. So definitely an interesting start here. So the boys are out rolling already. We might just have a quick look at the Baxter incident. Sorry, Hazy.
With that too, we had lots of conversations about the one set of tyres across the week too. So if you weren't aware, then you don't really follow too much on Discord.
That's true. Now let's have a look. Let's have a look at the onboard here. We'll go to the replay. I mean, for the viewers, yeah, that's why I dropped it in there. It wasn't a surprise. So here's Baxter. He's got Friendy on the inside. You can see Yusuf coming down there. So he's on the outside that little bit. I think there's a little bit of equipment failure as well. He goes a little bit straighter, but you can see Friendy into the cushion, Baxter into the cushion. Here comes Kelly. Kelly clips the rear, unsettles the car, noses it into the wall. Rob does pretty well to stop it going square on, and then Kelly just comes in for another little tap. You can see some issues there, no acceleration, so definitely some equipment failure of sorts. Just to get a look at that from a different view, jump on board here with Pete. And you can see Peter seeing these 3 cars are wide, Bruce Galloway in there as well. Pete's going to play the smart role here and stay a little bit wider to give Bruce a little bit of room. And by the time we come around, there'll be nowhere to go. And I think a little bit of underestimation how deep Rob was. Sorry, not Rob, how deep Friendy was. Caught Rob out that little bit. And then, of course, Pete left with nowhere to go there. And that is a hard luck story when you're racing around walls. As we go back to the safety car. So we'll go green this lap. Of course, the race car simulation safety car being driven by Jamie Dyke tonight. Dykey, of course. Been helping out with vets for a fair while with Dave Coleman.
It's always hard to know when you should go, whether you should hold them all the way to the line or go early. So that's the conversation that we're having at this point.
Probably not too bad of a track because you got to get through turn 2. Then it's only a short distance, so you could carry them a long way to the line. But usually, most times, you see guys will go between the last 2 corners before they get onto the straightaway.
Yeah. Yeah, my conversation was more about what was best for the other guys in the team that were a bit further back.
Hey, you got the one against your name. I'm not worried about the rest of them. You reckon I was sitting here at this stage caring what was going on with Bulldog? And the safety car cleans out. Jump on board with Hazy. And you're going. Hazy's away. We are green flag racing again. At the start, lap 4 here at Belle Isle. Michael Hayes from Marty Hughes, Abel Verban, Steve Williams, Yusuf Korafides, Bruce Galloway, Darren Friend, Joseph Grenshaw, Pete Wilkinson, Sean Slater rounds out our top 10. And just going to drop it in on Marty Hughes here. So Marty has a bit of an attack here from Abel. Abel's going to tuck it in behind. So showing the nose. Hughesy trying to keep on the back of Hayes as well. Of course, our pole sitter. A little bit wide there. Nice exit here. Hayes has a bit of, again. Hughes shows the nose. Got to be careful though. You don't. Oh, blurry camera. That's not going to annoy me tonight. And you can see having a look is Abel Verban on the inside. And Hayes, bit of smoke. Oh, contact. That has dropped Hughes back quite a few spots. Put him back into the clutches of Grenshaw. And Williams now has managed to get past Hayes as well. They're all happening here at the start of this restart. And you see too wide down the back there as well with Galloway, getting past you, Korafides. So definitely action everywhere at the moment. But Steve Williams will lead across the line to start lap 5. Cracking lap, 2 seconds faster than Hayes, 2 seconds faster than Verban. Went snap, he's up 4 spots.
What happened, Hayes? You just didn't get the acceleration out of the corner, or?
I don't know that I was pushing as hard as the other guys. I was thinking I had to last 27 laps on these set of tyres, and they were more aggressive than I was.
Yeah, it didn't pay to be aggressive.
That's the old long game.
Yeah.
Got to keep thinking the long game, but yeah. You are caught between a rock and a hard place if you do have aggressive people behind you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the next 3 or 4 drivers are got plenty of pace too, so.
Ooh, Brucey boy has a good look there. He goes a bit deep. Coming down the back of the strand there, really, really tough. What were you saying, Michael? Sorry?
Oh, just the next couple of drivers behind me have got plenty of pace too, so it's one of those tricky things where you're trying to look after your tyres, but you know that these guys are going to put a move on at any point. Especially someone like Abel, who's got quite a bit of pace.
He's absolutely flying at the moment.
The Bulldog's up 4. Come on, quit boy. You can't let Bulldog climb any higher than that.
Where is he? Can't even see him. There he is, 20th.
20. Yeah.
Yeah, he's battling away with Leon.
Yeah, Bruce Galloway already up 5 spots. Brandon McLean up 8.
And definitely a great start there. So moving along, Bulldog. He sits 20th. It's going to go back up. Darren Friend in the thick of a battle here. There's a few little battles forming all around the place at the moment. And continuing on.
Yeah, Darren Friend's pace has been really good lately. Oh, a little hit on the wall there from Marty.
Yeah, Darren's just got to get that little bit more consistency now. It's only just those small mistakes now, really minor ones. He's not far from it. Joseph Grenshaw says the fastest lap for lap 6, sorry, for the race, which I thought was pretty impressive at this stage.
So did he. He was pretty chuffed with that at the time.
I bet.
We go back down a little bit further. Verma, he's chasing Bulldog down. He's
Sure,
getting a
he'll
bit
get
of
him.
pressure from Brendan McLean.
Nice little battle pack going there.
Yeah, it's good. Darren Walden at the back of this. McLean in the front there. And Timmy Vermate under a bit of pressure. Coming down the bottom of the strand. And goes a bit deep off the cushion. And another one, a bit more contact. So the walls do bite around this place.
That one was very unlucky.
Still got Verban behind you, so you've managed to hold him off this amount of time. Luke Orman asking, is Dale a new driver?
Yeah, so Dale's brand new to iRacing altogether. So not only new to vets, but new to iRacing altogether.
Well.
Oh, yeah, I'll come to Detroit. It'll be fun, they say.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't help that he's in VR, so he's struggling with frame rates and getting stuff working. So he's working on triples at the moment.
Renshaw and Friendy. Yeah, back Dougie right. Coming around the cricket pitch.
It was about now that everyone was starting to decide whether they were going to start putting a little bit of fuel in to get that first stop out of the way.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Oh, Dougie into the cush. It might have been Leon in there as well. Dougie's trying to turn the car around to get collected. No, he doesn't. He's going to go back up the front. A fair bit happening around the traps at the moment.
Yeah, I think they were starting to get antsy at that point because Stephen Williams is starting to pull away from me.
Oh, that rear bumper there on Yusuf's car's got the rattle. And Oi!
He was struggling a bit in the concrete jungle.
Done well to get away with that with a pirouette.
Yeah.
There's someone sitting in front of Pico there.
You pretty happy about that?
I was thinking if I keep staying there, I might get a mention on the post-race debrief. Just click along to the next one. Yusuf into the lane. A bit of damage there, I would imagine. Going to come back here to Leon. Leon chasing down Bulldog. Another one of the locked on lads. A few of these boys down the back having a very, very good introduction into racing here. It is not easy. It is a tough gig to come to this place and race. Bulldog with a bit of damage on the front. Very
Darren
good
Walden up 18 spots.
Well, that was a good start from Darren. Walden up 18. Lachlan up 11. So some big moves already. Ashley Hall up 7. Bulldog up 7. Brendan McLean up 8. So some impressive moves already. And definitely Leon goes in a bit deep there. And it's going to go a little bit further back. Go to our SLS driver. He's putting a fair bit of pressure on Anthony, putting pressure on Timmy Vermay, Brendan McLean. So these guys having a good little battle as well, a bit further down.
That's the great thing about this split. Up and down the field, you get good battles all the way along.
Oh, he's gone hot.
Oh.
Not a great spot to sit. You're pretty blind as the guys coming around the corner there, which I just want to make a comment. Huge thank you to Race Control last night, giving very, very early and loud cautions when people did spin like that. So as we jump back up here on Slater, this is another little battle going on.
Yeah, it's a tough track to be travelling that close to each other.
Yeah,
Yeah, very tough. You've only got to miss your breaking point by a hair's breadth, and yeah, it can end in disaster for everyone.
Definitely. And then Van Ray's lurking in the background, just looking for an opportunity.
take what you can get.
Yeah, picked himself up another spot since we've seen him last. He's up to 12.
Yeah, moving forward. Put Kelly just in front. They've got Carl 2 seconds back, so I managed to get a little bit of legs on Carl. I'm starting to see one or two guys in there out of the lane at the moment as well.
Yep. Yeah, well, smart move trying to get a bit of distance on Carl because he's definitely got some pace.
Yes, this season. Doing the work is the thing I'm noticing with Carl.
Yeah.
Got to get in the seat time. Marty Hughes. Oh, that's Yusuf again.
Yeah, it's not his favourite track.
No, I'm gathering that much.
I think he also struggled with everyone being a little bit off pace, trying to look after their tyres.
That learning experience, isn't it? Being put into that environment.
Yes.
As we see Galloway rolls into the lane. The other one we're noting now really is who saved fuel during that safety car. As well, that was one of the other big things I noticed.
Yes.
Being about lap 15, I think it was, you'd get out of the car.
Yeah, so the first safety car definitely gained us a couple of laps grace that we could have pushed forward on.
I have played around with a lot of my settings trying to sort out that frame rate issue everyone was having. Now I'm getting bloody blurring in replays, but anyway. We'll work that out later. Jump on with Vaughan Robinson here. He's tucked up behind Timmy Vermate. And of course, where's my good friend? And Freya. Lap 13. Darren, he has not made a stop yet, so I think he's caught up into some of that stuff early on as well. And Robbie Williams and Anita Buckland. And of course, Pete Morris in there as well. And Baldock not too far behind these guys. This is a great little battle. Timmy Hall, of course, has stopped as well, where the other guys haven't.
Yep, Anita just doing her thing. Hitting the marks, keeping it consistent.
Yeah, up 6, doing well.
Driving behind me at one stage, and I was like, I had to question myself whether she had taken tyres in her first stop or not. And it was just the pace she had. I just wasn't shaking her and just thinking, yeah, he's flying. Pete goes a bit loose there. Luckily gets away with that.
Some big lockups heading into that corner. Those tyres aren't going to be round anymore.
And Abel's got past you now. Now you got Husey on the back of you.
Yep.
And nicely played, little smart game. Let him through.
Yeah, if they were going to dive there, I just let them have it. It's a lot of laps left. Your mate up 9 spots.
Yeah.
Let's boot 4.
But he's not in the top 10.
No. Who is in the top 10, John?
Nobody.
Oh, it looks like there's a number 10 beside your name.
I said nobody.
Yeah. Did Dave not even turn up to watch the broadcast this week? He was that upset.
I think so.
We'll have to send him a replay.
I did last night. He forgot to save his.
Yeah, forgot.
He's got a new computer, so WKMP boys rallied around and organised him a new PC after he was one of the first ones to suffer from frame rates. At that stage, we thought it was just his computer with a 1070 graphics card in it. But the boys passed the hat around and we got him a PC, so Dave's got a few settings that he's still trying to sort out. He got caught out with last night, and replays was one of them. So I think the other one had to do with fast repairs. That is big slats.
Ooh.
That has to hurt. Pete Kelly hit again.
There wasn't much you could do about that one.
More hits than Taylor Swift. Friendy, jump on with him. He's got Wilco behind him now. What's
So you're in the
Wilco?
pits, Michael, you're taking tyres?
Yep.
Hazy? Yep. Later in the pits.
Oh, no, not taking tyres, just taking fuel.
Goes in as well. Slater's in, but we know why Slater's in.
Yeah, taking tyres this early would be a tricky race.
Yeah.
There we go. Nita was on old tyres. Yeah, that's what I was worried about, Doug. That's what I was worried about.
Yeah, I didn't plan on taking all the fuel in the first stop, but it is one of those things that at least I didn't take the tyres.
So you did take all the fuel because you stopped for 43 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't plan that. I'd set it at 50 litres, and for some reason something went wrong.
I was sitting there going through my head, why did Hazy take full fuel? Is there something I don't get?
iRacing glitch. I double checked it on the line and it should have only put in 50.
Yeah, no,
That's what iRacing does to you.
I just thought you had an interesting strat that you were trying to roll out.
No.
Now back up front,
Crazy. You
Verban
gotta
has
say
gone in
yes,
now.
because then everyone starts to think that you can play different games with them.
Oh yeah, it was A strategy.
It was the Ferrari B strategy, wasn't it?
Yep. Definitely not going to hire any of the Ferrari strategists.
So Verban, Hughes, Grenshaw and Kelly in the lane. About this stage, we're seeing who saved the fuel.
So Sean Slater's saying that because of the amount of damage he had, it forced him to take tyres.
Oh, faster.
Hadn't seen that before, but yeah, maybe that's what it does.
Yeah, faster to put you on. Yeah.
Eyes on, yeah.
Interesting to know for the next time we do limited tyres.
And there will be a next time. Not this season, there will be a next time.
3 wide, 4 wide, 2 wide.
They're trying to work out themselves.
Yeah.
A little deep, gets it just inside the cush. Opens the door up for Robinson. Robinson sneaks in there. Nicely open the door up as a lapped car. Timmy Verme there. And Williams is in. I'm assuming Wilco will be in. He peels off. Brendy goes in. Henry will be going in at this stage too, I think. That straight
You
car.
guys running long fuel strategies at this point?
And maximise the tank. Pretty much the game.
Mm-hmm.
So Joseph Grenshaw is the first car that hasn't pitted. So see if he can come out in front of the others.
Ooh.
Going to be tough though. He stopped for 22 seconds. Ron Robinson stopped for 29, 32 for Hughes, 23 for Pickering. But looking like going to have a new race leader, Joseph Grenshaw.
Well done.
22 second stop. He's done very well. Vaughn Robinson, who stopped on lap 1. So that wasn't a CPS.
Did have to send Joseph an apology after the GT3 race the other night. I ran out the back of him going for the pit lane at Indy Road. Apologies for that, Joseph. I didn't mean to run into the back of the Ferrari.
Who was paying the bill?
Not
Paying
me,
for-
I'm
paying
hoping
for
Michael
our-
was, actually. Michael was, I think.
Someone running slow there?
Oh, just lapped car.
Okay, yeah.
Pete Kelly's now back on behind Abel. So Kelly, that's what pit time's up. So people have been selling people stop for. But Kelly stopped for 26 seconds. Verban stopped for a full load as well. So yourself and Verban went full tanks as long as Stevie Williams as well.
But yeah, I knew that the fast guys would take a full tank. That's why I did it.
I was just worried that because you already had older tyres, then you're going to put more weight back on them. The effect that it would have.
Yep, no, can't
Yeah.
claim that one.
I did find though with the full tank, the car didn't light the wheels up as much in certain corners.
Mm.
So there may have been a small gain in not wearing out the tyres as much.
There we go. Sean saying because he took tyres, he came back around, pitted again, get the second stop out of the way.
Nice. Be interesting to see how that goes later down the track.
It will be. Really will be. So the race starting to settle down a little bit here. Lap 19. Go have a look where Timmy Hall is. He is battling away. Around to start his lap 19. A big shout out to Player One, of course, one of our league sponsors. As well as the sponsor of Timmy's car. And I do know Neil has got a limited shipload of the SimiCube 3s coming in. So if you want to get your name on one of those, I'd probably say move pretty quickly because I think most of them are just about gone. From what I'm hearing around the traps. I'm not actually sure how I came out so close to Abel. So from 8th. Oi, Timmy, that's a big one. Did you get it going? Yes. Lucky. Yeah, Steve, Pete Kelly. Yeah, Abel stopped for 20 seconds longer than you, so that's how you managed to catch up to him. So yeah, that should balance itself out, the swings and roundabouts when you do the second CPS. What I like about the two CPSs, open fuel strategies, and in the case of tonight, the tyres as well. This part of the race absolutely comes alive because you don't know who took tyres, you don't know who, well, I know with my setup I can see how long people were stationary for. So you're trying to work out how long people were stopped. You're trying to work out where your strategy's sitting. So plenty to think about, as well as staying off walls and avoiding other cars. There's the battle up front, absolutely hottening up here. Nothing like a little bit of lap traffic to make it interesting. Crenshaw gets another lap lead. Lap traffic this place is problematic, but lap traffic at this place I thought last night was actually pretty bloody good, considering where we were and how it is. Yeah. Not sure everyone else felt about that, but I was pretty impressed with everybody.
You know, across board, I thought it was quite good. I didn't run into too many issues. If anything, it was only the occasions where people touched walls and got a bit
Bit of a bounce off it, yeah.
offline, yeah, that there was a few sketchy moments, but outside of that, it was good.
Marty Hughes latched onto the back of this group now. Smarty missing the front of his car. Oh, clip!
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
I'm not sure where everyone's going. Oh, in this part, must have put it in the lane, son. All right, okay. Suppose no one's going to hit you when you're doing that.
you get done for speeding going backwards?
I reckon you would. And J10's jumped back up on Peter Wilkinson. He's tucked up. Oh!
Little deep.
Little D, that was friendly, I think.
Yeah, looked like it.
So a bit happening around here as well. So friendly was doing quite well. Steve Williams tucked up behind Wilco. Joseph into the wall as well now. That lets Hughes past. All happening on lap 22. Jumping on Darren Walden. Facing down Ash Hall.
A lot of movers and shakers. Kevin O'Neill up 13 spots. Van Ray back in the top 10.
Never heard of him. Oh, it's a tap!
Oh,
Oh, that's hole in the wall. Well, luckily gets the car around. Another one of those blind spots.
yeah. Got lucky he didn't hit anyone in that.
Extremely lucky. Come back up here with the Verban and Williams. Considering the start that Peter Kelly had, he's done well to be back up here.
Abel carrying a lot more fuel at the moment, so
See how that pads itself out.
If Abel and Stephen Williams have taken on roughly the same.
Yeah, it's 2 seconds between them still. Wilco took on 12 seconds less, and so did Hughesy. So I'd be looking to try and get themselves 12 seconds out in front of these guys to balance that back out at the second stop. Gonna come back here, Slater. Oh, little twitch there. Joseph survives. So that's Black and Slater coming through. Lucky right, trying to hang on to the back of these lads as well.
he's starting to recover from his earlier hit.
Up front, Mr. Wilkinson. They will go. Looking fairly balanced here. The car's looking good. He is going along very well. Holding that gap. The Williams behind. And Wilco goes deep at the end of the strand. That's going to cost him a few spots here. Verban goes through. He's punched the wall.
Yeah.
There goes the front splitter.
There goes the bar. Yeah.
Few of those laying about.
There's definitely a few of those laying about.
One of the laps, I think I've seen 3 on the one lap before they disappeared.
Here's Anita filling up my rearview mirror.
Consistent as ever.
Yep.
Inside the top 10, well done.
Looks like she's actually catching John at this point.
May have got closer in the mirror, yeah.
Yeah, putting the pressure on.
Trying to be consistent on old tyres at this stage.
Yeah, well, at this point, you start thinking about when you should go and take those tyres because we're almost halfway.
Well, it was pretty much 27 was the magic number in my head, between 27 and 30.
Yep.
And Anita's a little hot there.
Don't let Gary hear you saying that.
Easy there, easy done.
Very easy done. But car is straight. Live to play another day. And jump on the friend of our friend Mr. Pickering. He's under a bit of pressure from Bruce Galloway.
And now this is when John starts to breathe again.
Yep.
Just a little. Galloway slips in on Pickering. Get to breathe again. Yeah, it's sort of doing that little bit of mental arithmetic at this stage that I'd taken 5 and a bit more seconds of fuel than Pico. So I knew in my mind if I could stay within 5 seconds of Pico, I should jump him in the stops. That was what was going through my mind at this stage. So just watch the gaps, watch the pace, watch where everyone is. And we had this bloke called Michael Hayes sitting in between us.
Yeah, just ticking off the laps.
Yeah. Pickle where? What? I'm give up. I'm not going there. That's just Timmy Orr. Lap traffic. Back up, Pete Kelly. Up 26. Get on our good friend Joseph Crenshaw as well. Last lap 26. Missing the front end from that incident a bit earlier.
How upset would Dave be that Mr. Van Ray is now up to 9? How far back's Dave?
If you're out there, Dave, let us know how you feeling at this stage. Oh, that's right. He's not watching. He's in 15th. He's up 9 spots as well, so he'd be all right. He'd be happy with that. He's moving forward. Poor old Joseph.
He's lost a lot of the front of the car at that point, hasn't he?
Of course, having a good season though. He's definitely got back on his pace again. Deep into here. Amazing what happens when you haven't got any front arrow. See Steve Williams on the grass there, leaving a little bit of room for Verban. Opening the door up for Friend, who's the lap car behind.
Yeah, a few of these guys look like they don't want to spend too long in split 4 and are happy to be pushing forward for next season.
Yeah, definitely throwing their hats in the ring. As we said, we've got still got 2 drop rounds to consider when we looked at the championship standings before.
Yep.
So definitely still a long way to go, but it will be an interesting finish to this championship, I think. Go back, Slater. Here they come, Slater. Pushing black. Well, Simon stopped on lap 1. I reckon he would have filled the tank up. And Peter Wilkinson in for his second stop. So he's probably gone on the button there on that split. Is what we were talking about. Robbie Williams under a lot of pressure from Buckland.
Yep.
He's into the lane as well.
Yeah, I went in on that 27 as well.
Sort of working on reacting to Pico. So waiting and waiting and waiting for Pico to go in. And then in the end, he hadn't. I was like, no, I'm going to go.
Yeah, well, he was in Discord with us, so when I said I was going in, he said he'd stay out and wait so as to not be tangled up together going into the pits.
A bit of strat. Bit of team play.
I like to carry an extra couple of players in the deck just to stand my hand.
So, go back up front, Pete Kelly. Verban is starting to hunt him down now. So this is getting interesting. The battle for 2 and 3. Up 29 or 53 gone. So past the halfway mark now. Absolutely.
A few of these guys running their tyre change out a little bit longer.
Yeah, thought it's not going to hurt. We've gone this far. What's one more? Well, she'd come out with Wilco. And nice move on Hall there by both of his boys. So, got away with that one.
Yeah, it's one of those tricky things. Do you tuck in and hope for the best? And it just panned out for me, luckily.
Ash hanging on to the back is he's not letting us walk away completely.
No.
But Ash still going to make his second stop though.
Ash's paint's not loading up this week for some reason.
Not sure. I thought they had all loaded, so of course I am in the lane at the moment.
Oh, yep. You went in, Kevin and Walden.
And
Bulldog.
I'm not sure why it's not loading. I've got the right one in sidekick, so it's a weird one. Going to go back up. Pete Morris, he's still got to make his second stop. He's hunting down, or being hunted down by Anita now, so Anita moving forward again. As we're on lap 31.
When we race with Anita during the week, we definitely encourage her to get a bit more aggressive and push the envelope.
She does that. She's been doing that this season really well. What he's saying, good to see Camaros up front. Got 9 cars of Camaros at the moment. slow moving bulldog. Wonder what's going on there. Showing his true pace.
Did he have equipment issues or?
Not equipment, just iRacing settings. He normally has the Happy Eye and iFire with fast repairs off and all that sort of stuff, and hadn't had that set up yet correctly. They got caught out with that at some stage during the race, and then got caught out with not having his replays set up properly. That's all I'm aware of. He was happy with his frame rates. Rephrase that. He was boasting about his frame rates.
It is one of those things you need to do, not just practice laps, but make sure your equipment's all set and ready to go.
Exactly. Back on here with our good friend Pete Morris of Fishy Motorsports. He is doing really well here. Steve Williams is coming in for his last stop. He's the first of the front three, forward to blink in that situation. So we'll start to see how these big fuel guys start to play out.
Yeah, there was a few in that front pack that I was wondering when they were going to go in because they hadn't done their second stop yet.
Definitely a few there. Lap 32. And Freya, lap down, but tucked in behind Buckland. This place is a tough track. It bites. Back up with Williams. Good little battle pack here. Pete Morris trying to hunt him down.
That's interesting. After his earlier issues, Sean Slater's back up to 12.
Of course, the big long fuel, he did that 2 stops, lap apart. So this is the strategy for him, was to roll the dice, see how long he can survive those tyres. Verban does a 1:33.346, fastest lap of the race.
Yep. The other question for Slater was he able to put enough fuel in? Because he did pit on lap 19.
Well, yeah, don't forget we had the safety car. Earliest stop to get home was lap 18.
Okay.
So he should be all right based on my fuel numbers.
Yeah.
Down into Fleming straight. And we come down through, about to come over the canal. Bring it around onto the strand. Then full noise down into the cricket pitch casino section. Cricket pitch on the left, casino on the right. Coming around other side of the pitch, coming back out onto the strand. A little bit of lap traffic, pokes his nose through. And it's Sarge into the wall. That is not the spot you want to do that. Bounces off, gets it going.
Was pretty happy that he'd got it going before I got there.
It does help, that doesn't it? Anita still has to have her second stop. She is doing very well. She's sitting in 6th, up 12. Robbie Williams is up 15 at the moment. So drivers that have made their second stops are Verban. He was the first one. out of the leaders to do it on lap 30. Next man on the list was Stevie Williams on lap 31. And then, of course, the next guys are Pete Wilkinson, Michael Hayes, Bruce Galloway. So definitely a little bit of action there in the middle. There's lap 34 of 53. We're starting to get to the business end.
Right, so Black in the lane, Morris in the lane.
Oh, clips the
Oh.
wall, bounces off. It's going to make it hard for Williams. Williams. Talk about player one on player one. This is Williams on Williams. No relation. Nicely backs it out of the way. Smart move by Rob. Gets it going, and that's probably going to cost Stephen a little bit. That's allowed a few guys to go through. There we go. 47%. I wasn't even game enough to look what my tyres were. So that has opened the door up. Slater is through. Anita Buckland's in the lane. Rob Williams. He is back now with Darren Friend behind. Someone else hunting him down. Bruce Galloway sitting in sixth. Lap 35 now. But Buckland's in the lane. Doug Wright is in the lane.
So that moves yourself back up, Pico back up, Vaughan back up.
Yep, back into the top 10. Robbie Williams, Marty Hughes and Pete Kelly, the last ones to stop. Through Kevin O'Neill. We race having a great little battle here with Yusuf. And Stevie Williams. He's the other one battling away with Galloway behind.
I reckon Simon Black could be wondering what could have been if he just managed to get a lap in during the qualifying.
Yeah. I think of all places to be sitting at the back and then coming through.
Especially with a lot of the other big hitters already sitting up in that pointy end. So Pete Kelly in the lane.
See where Kelly comes out. It's going to get real interesting. Galloway, he's sitting in sixth.
He's heading out now.
We go. Going to hold on to third, I think. Got himself a nice 9 seconds still in front of you, Hazy, so hangs on to that one.
if he's only just taken tyres now, he's put himself in a strong position for tyres.
Definitely has. Right in the gauntlet here and try and hunt them down. Of course, Hughes still got to make his stop. He's got himself 13 seconds up the road from Verban. So Verban's looking pretty good here, I think. Abel would be pretty happy with this one.
He's definitely putting in the work to make that next step for the new season.
Yeah, definitely. Showing a lot of pace. A fair distance back.
On this track, I don't think he'd be upset about having a bit of clean air and just being able to tick off a few laps.
Yeah, exactly. Darren Friend, he's back in 18th, down 14, so he's getting himself going again. Kelly took tyres that stop. Yeah, he'd definitely be firing on all cylinders now.
Oh, yep, so Pete's verified for us that he took tyres in that last stop, so real strong position.
Like you, Hazy, you're under a bit of pressure.
Yep. I think it was the story of my night. It just wasn't pushing as fast as these other guys. Too worried about tyres going away from me.
He's pushing, rubbing the walls and everything there.
Yep. I was just trying to work towards a number and not let them push me to overwork my tyres. And the lap traffic also doesn't help you.
Very nice, it gets out of the way there though.
Yep.
Galloway having a bit of a look here as well.
I did think I was going to lose 2 there, but managed to hold on.
And of course, Wilco lunging onto the back of this pack as well. Front of the race settled down a fair bit now with Verban, Hughes, and Kelly. So 7, 8 and 16 seconds separating them. So they've pretty much got it all settled.
Yeah, almost every corner is looking out both sides of the car. At one stage, it felt like he welded his front bar to my rear bar. He was that close.
I've missed it. Definitely a good little battle, though. These boys have been slugging this for a while. Looking for the hall here. He's rolling as well. Looking a bit second hand though.
Yep.
As we start lap 41.
Big repair bills this week.
Definitely. Simon Black up 23 spots.
Nice. Vaughan Robinson's gone in. I thought he'd already done his 2 stops.
Remember the first stop was lap 1.
Ah, okay, yep. You still hanging around in the top there, 10 there, John? Cole tucked up behind you.
And Simon runs a bit deep. I think there might be a bit of oil on the track. We've got a stopped car in the zone.
Oh, yeah, Ashley Hall.
Do believe we are under safety car.
Wow.
This makes life interesting.
Certainly will.
Particularly considering we've lapped everybody up to P16, so you've got to try and manage yourself here. Vaughan Robinson, of course, if he did take tyres on that second stop, he is looking pretty good here. So definitely interesting to see where it rolls. Just while we get the safety car sorted and wave around, so you might just have a quick look at a couple of things from before. Might just have a quick replay of Dougie Wright's spin coming out of the cricket pitch complex. Doug, of course, just gets caught that little bit in height. The car starts to step out. You get that unwavering feeling at this stage it's too late. Hits the cushion and it slaps the car around. If the cushion wasn't there, it probably would have just slapped the wall and stayed safe. And that's what happened to him. And let's have a bit of a closer look. Why is Baldock always lurking when there's an accident? Has anyone noticed that over the last couple of weeks? And let's have a look at Vaughan Robinson from lap 21. That was another one that was quite interesting. See the lap car in front there. He's tucked up behind Joseph. Lap car's doing the right thing, staying wide. It's allowed Vaughan on the inside. I'd say what's happened here is Vaughan's probably just underestimated a little bit how much room he's got to give to the outside for that car beside him still. That's caused contact to his rear quarter panel, which has spun him around. Facing backwards, poor old friendy, where do I go, what do I do? He's lucky enough to move himself on. Instead of holding brakes, he's kept the car rolling, which in that case is probably saved friendy. And then, of course, now he's clear and free away from everybody and just proceeds to think where the pit lane is and keep making a move backwards. So, fairly interesting manoeuvre there by Vaughan. Easy mistake to make when you got walls, makes it even harder to really gauge that track distance when you're used to looking at a curb on the outside and not a wall beside you.
Yep, he's clearing a bit of lap traffic already.
Yep. So, going to be interesting. Only going to have 10 laps to go. Once we get this sorted. So Verban leading Hughes. Hughes, pole starter, drops down 1 spot. Pete Kelly is up 7 spots. That's been a great drive from him, especially considering the turn 3 incident in lap 1. And then we've got Stevie Williams in 4th, Hayes in 5th, Galloway in 6th, Wilkinson 7th, Slater in 8th, Van Ree in 9th, Pickering in 10th. And then Anita up 7 in 11, Kevin O'Neill up 13 in 12, Simon Black up 23 in 13, Pete Morris is 14th, Braden O'Loughlin up 16 and 15, Vaughan Robinson in 16, Robbie Williams is 17, Darren Friend, Greg Sholton and Dougie Wright rounds out the top 20. So definitely a few things happening. There we go. Darren said he actually T-boned the other car in that replay, so Randy copped it as well. So few cars now starting to come on to the back of the train. Lap 44, I do believe the safety car will be in this lap. So it has been an absolute epic 200k race so far. We are going to be in for a sprint to the finish on old tyres. What could possibly go wrong from here? Safety cars breed safety cars, some say.
Although when you got this quality of drivers, you would expect that everyone's just going to keep it clean through to the end, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. I don't know about you, Hazy, but I'm on 0x at this stage.
At this point, I'm on 0x as well, yeah. Keep it out of trouble.
Yep. It's quite simple. See wall, don't hit wall.
Yep, don't hit swerving cars.
And safety car pulls away. A few stragglers still trying to latch onto the back. Hopefully they'll catch up. Ikey giving it a bit of what for. That GT3 McLaren absolutely humming.
Does look good.
He doesn't muck around, does he? Anyone thinks this guy does some serious GT3 racing. Right, Abel Verban has control of the field. He's cool when he goes. And he has gone. We are back to green flag racing to start lap 45.
Yeah, they caught me out a bit on that one.
Got you out.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to go quite so early, and so that front four got a big jump on me.
Yeah, definitely got a huge jump. Yeah, it's correct. There was a 10-point post-race penalty on Abe for the incident with Marty Hughes early on. I just remember that when we start rolling into the final positions. These guys absolutely all bunched back together again. Verban has control here. Hughes tucked in behind Kelly. Steve Williams. Big names are up the front.
Ooh. There's definitely a lot of scraping walls.
Oh yeah, a lot of paint left around the place. So continuing along onto lap 46. Down the back a little bit here. Vaughan into the wall there, coming around turn 2. That slows the car down a bit. It's going to see Shelton have a bit of a look here. And Vaughan's gone deep in. That car's not too healthy there, I don't think. Jump back on with Marty Hughes. Gonna get that. Kelly having a bit of a look here on Hughes. This is really getting real racy. Steve Williams getting into the back of this group.
And Kelly with those newer tyres out of the bunch.
Oh yeah, he'd be loving those.
Yeah, Abel's definitely not getting away from him this time.
No, he's definitely not. Like I said, Williams, he's just definitely having a big look in there as well. Of course, as these three bunch up in front and defend and fight a little bit, bring Steve Williams into the play. As I said before, the safety car, those are fairly big gaps up front.
If you're going to make a move, you definitely run out of laps in a hurry. Using every inch of the road.
Working hard. Got Verban in front.
On some of these, they're hitting the wall and using more than the road they got.
Of course, a big shout out to Jordan Ross for stepping in to Michael Stewart's shoes on Monday night and doing the coaching. Get the opportunity to get involved with the M1 coaching on Monday nights. Definitely recommend you take the time.
It's very interesting to have Jordan jump in with Jordan.
It was very nice having Jordan do it.
Does he have a big difference in his approach to his training?
Yeah, it was a bit more laid backish, but he really broke it down really well.
Nice.
Yeah. I know I took a couple of little pointers and walked away from it and found a little bit of time.
Well, it looks like it's helped because you're still in 8th. Pico's still in 10, Anita up to 11. Simon Black at 12.
Yeah, Blackie's worked his way through. Just got Pico and Wilco putting a fair bit of pressure on here. Seem to be a little bit quicker through half a lap than Wilco. Wilco was quicker in the other half. Made it quite difficult to balance out. We're on lap 49. Might have missed something going on here. Where is he? No, I haven't missed it. Darren Friend missing the front end of his car there.
Seen plenty of them like that tonight.
Definitely been in the wars. Darren, he's hunting down Robbie Williams in front of him. And into the cushion again. That's not going to be healthy for the car. Let's see if he can get this going. Gets it backed out. Of course, lap 49 of 53 here. And he gets it
Like it's
going.
steering real good.
Nah, it's not healthy. He's got it going, I think. Oh, he's hit the wall there. It's not steering real good at all now. It wasn't now. It's not. Definitely not. I'll just keep an eye on that one. That's going to be interesting to see if we can get that back to the pits.
Yeah, it looks like it goes left better than it goes right. Wheel folded up underneath it.
It is definitely not healthy.
Yeah, it looks like he's calling it.
It's parked up there. Well, this is going to be interesting for race control. What do they do here? I think the safety car has been called.
How quickly can they get it done?
Be interesting. So that is an interesting one, this one. That is going to bunch everybody back up again. So any of these little gains that people have got will be lost very,
How many laps
very
are we going to have
quickly.
left?
That is the next question. Depends how they do it. If they do wive buys, I would probably say would be looking at, easily be looking at, he's going to get ready to pick up the lead here. They'd easily be looking at, I'd say, one lap. If they do wave rounds, even none, we could finish under yellow here. Be an interesting way to do it. Or do they make a race control decision and say, no waiver rounds, we're going to go? Now let's wait and see what rolls out here. Why the race control get paid the big bucks. Make these split-second calls. Not an easy
So he's
job.
out, and they'll be starting lap 51, won't they?
Yep.
So 3 to go once they come
3 to
around the
go.
corner here.
Definitely going to be an interesting finish here. My mouse is dying, which is... Back, yep. Okay. He just don't want to work at all. Anyway. Let's have a bit of fun here. Let's go into chase view of safety car. See what they do. The Dyke brings it down the strand. Great sound. Flames spluttering out the back. Let's listen to see if we're going to wave him off early. And heading down strand. So if you look out to the left, looking down to the south, you see Canada. And he's away. Righto. This is, like he said, this is for you, Bruce McLeod. I'm going to go slow-mo here because this is classic. Really. Next corner. This is for you, Bruce McLeod. Drifter! Look at that. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. 45 degrees. Snaps the front back around. Gets it under control. says, thank you very much. Let's go. Mr. Drifter. Nice work, Mr. Dyke. Righto, what does our friend Mr. Verban do here? 51 two-lap dash. Yep. And he's away. We are green flag racing again. 2 to go. And it is pressure all the way through the top 15. And throw a hat over them. So definitely a good start from Verban. But we actually have a lap car in front here as well that's just popped out of the pits. It is definitely. And into the wall, he's trying to get out of the way of everybody. I think he's just about pulled that up, hitting the wall again. Everyone looks to be safely through. He's going to drop back to 8th. So Wilkinson putting pressure on. Slater getting away a little bit. Pico under pressure from Anita behind. Old worn tyres, exactly. This is going to get interesting. Just remember, Wilkinson's back in 9th at this stage. And trying to get the exit out is the real trick. And it snapped. And of course, a restart. You got no hope of turning it. You just got to sit and wait. Anyway, back up the front for the white flag lap. Mr. Verban has a 0.6 second lead over Marty Hughes. Stevie Williams tucked in behind. Don't forget, there is a post-race decision hanging over Hughes and Verban, which we'll talk about at the end. Galloway goes the dive on Wilkinson, on Kelly, sorry. And hits the wall again. He's oh yeah, and back up the front. It is very tight. I do have one other thing I've got to try and see. We'll see if we can get it. These guys are pretty closely tight-lipped here. Where is he? Might even do some replays at the end. Anyway, we'll continue on. Verban. He's going to hold out here. He's got Hughes right behind him, Williamson right behind him. Talk about a mad dash to the finish. These boys doing very, very well with 2 corners to go. Coming over the line. Verban crosses the line first in front of Hughes, in front of Williams. That is a nice little thanks for coming to take the win there. I'm just going to click that button there. I'm going to be fair. There's a few things I wanted to look at here. Lap 53. Bear with me. Entertain me, everybody. Pickering has the big effect. There's a big move on the list. Oh, at this stage, of course, this is before starting that final lap, so I'm just going to go fast forward. Get some more buttons these days so I can do things quickly. We could see a car back there. Pico. That is the end, I think. I've buggered that up too. I have been a bit. God damn it, John. No stuff would be easy, they said. This is the racing. So this is Anita behind Pickering. We can see definitely under a bit of pressure from Anita. Simon Black in the mix there as well. up 25 spots to Blackie. That is a great drive for this race. And continuing on, and just going to come back down the strand, and I hold about this one and come down into around this here. So Pico, this stage got ninth and got it wrapped up in the bag. Goes wide with Anita. Blackie has a bit of a look. And Pico is in the wall. Hey, Pico lost out there. And then Galloway. Come on, Mouse. You can make it. Galloway facing the wall backwards there. So not sure how Bruce ended up there. We'll just do a little bit of magical rewind. See how Bruce ended up on the wall there. Not sure. Someone's hit him as well. These are all the fun things. I think it might be Mr. Kelly. So, yeah, into the wall there, Kelly and Galloway. So, definitely some interesting stuff at the end of that race, guys. But it is Abel Verban is the guy who has crossed the line first. Now, as I was saying earlier, there is a post-race penalty that came in. So, Verban got a 10-point post-race penalty. Plus two license points. So that's 12 points. He loses for that. So that sees Marty Hughes as our race winner from Stephen Williams, and then Peter Kelly, and Abel Verban comes in fourth. So that is the big shuffle down the order there of the change. Our race winner tonight is he's got a wedding tomorrow. Is, of course, come on. I have to throw him out. Not at the computer. So Marty Hughes is our race winner. Marty has done really, really well. He did start on pole and still walks away with the win. I know he'd like to thank the team over at Pacific Esports. It's a fairly large group. They all drive very well over there and do a great job. And a few boys in the chat behind him tonight. So definitely a great result for Marty. As I said, read somewhere that he's involved in a wedding or is getting married. Murray, either way, best of luck. Tomorrow, hopefully the weather is really nice. Stevie Williams, of course, he has done well, the DPR driver. He has absolutely set himself up, I think, for the back half of the season. Pete Kelly sneaks home in third place. Back a lap or two. Pete Kelly sneaks home in third place. He sneaks home in third place. Pete for Team VGA, he'd be pretty happy with that one. And then, of course, Abel Verban in fourth. Hectic race, guys. Hectic race. We did warn everybody we were going to do tyres and we were going to do some fun stuff. And we did some fun stuff. And before we talk about the car of the day for M1 used cars, let's have a quick look at the championship points. Just make sure I write one up here. Tap, tap. Let's have a look. I've been lucky enough to have some time to do some calculations of drop rounds. So we have one drop round in play with this. And of course, that drop round sees Steve Williams on number one against his name. Abel Verban sits in second. Sean Slater making up for the drop for Bathurst. He sits in third. Pete Kelly in fourth. Pete Wilkinson in fifth. Simon Black is sixth. Hazy's in seventh. Pete Morris in eighth. David Baldock goes from fourth to equal ninth with Yusuf Korafidis. And equal 11th is Darren Freer and Darren Walden. So that's the top 10. And then, of course, just outside that, by bugger all points, is Carl Pickering, Darren Friend, Anita Buckland, Kevin O'Neill, Robert Williams, Tim Vermay, Dougie Wright. Then we step back down to Timmy Hall, Joseph Renshaw, Greg Sholton, Ash Hall, Craigie Rose and Vaughan Robinson rounds out the top 25 with one drop round. after 5 rounds. So, lads, thoughts on who is our M1 used car of the week, car of the day? Any? Yeah, I can put results back up. They are there. I believe they are because it's lap 53. I'll just go forward 1 lap just to make sure. There we go. That is definitely the finishing results, except for Abe being in the situation with points. I did forget Pete Morris's finish. We'll go back and have a look at that because I think that was pretty interesting as well in my flick around. Yeah, go Hazy. People can't hear. Hang on, they can't hear Discord. Now, bear with me for half a second. Settings. Speak again, guys.
It's
Have you got us back now?
Yeah.
It's tough. It's a tough one tonight.
Yeah, so just going back over that again, I would say, yeah, a toss-up between Anita, Simon Black, and Braden O'Loughlin.
I'm just trying to think.
Is there Can you tell me whether Anita's had a top 10 before?
I think Anita has had one before, yeah. I'm just trying to think what else.
I'm trying to.
I think Simon Black up 27 to get into the top 10 is pretty impressive. Roll Black, I think. Forward again. And of course, our drive of the day is Simon Black. Or Black. Here we go.
Definitely not upset by that choice.
What's that?
He did well.
He did very
Definitely
well.
definitely not upset by that choice. He did well.
Yeah, I think he's done very well. Put a fair bit of pressure on everybody as well. And I'm going to go back. One thing I needed to show. And Pete Morris. Both. Going to speed this up for a second. So Pete's finish.
Whilst you're doing that, we're headed to Sandown next week.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And some interesting things to do with Sandown.
I hope everyone has read the
chat.
subrigs.
Rest in peace, chat. Thanks, Sean. So he's going to read the subrigs. It's going to get real interesting. Why don't we talk about the subrigs? So if I said Melbourne, what's the first thing comes to your mind?
Weather.
4 seasons.
4 seasons?
Ooh.
Survived that one. You've done well there, Pete. 4 seasons in one day, hey?
That would be my first thought.
You know how hard that is to do in iRacing?
Have you worked out how to put Poland in the air, or?
No, I'm just trying to work out how to get machetes in the cars. No, I shouldn't be like that. Definitely no water. Yeah, you do get precipitation. So, yeah, I just think, yeah. So we've talked it up. Everyone knows it's coming. Oh, there we go. There's that other accident in front of him. There's Simon's going to squeam through that. Oh, here we go. We've got a slow Sean Slater in there.
Yeah. That's where. No, he's already lost his bumper before that.
Yeah, Black's into the back of him. That's why Sean's saying not Black, because he's giving him a touch up.
I don't know that he could have avoided that.
I don't know either, to be honest. They're all coming down here. This is a very tight finish. Got Braden on the outside here. Thank you, Pete, for telling me to come back and look at this, mate. This was worth it. Oh, going to throw a blanket over this. I think Lachlan's going to just get in here at the pip, I think. And bad camera angles. Pete comes across the line sideways. Anyway, back to what we're talking about. We did have some serious things to talk about. Here's your first tip about what's going to happen. There's Sandown. Isn't that a great looking track? They do run some horses around there at some stage as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I like this track. I reckon a bit of water, horses, Baldock falls off. That's the logic. Let's see if it works.
Yep. Let's do the little rain dance through the week just so we can get that to happen.
Yes, so that's definitely what we're working on there. It will be fun. And of course, as I've mentioned, we are doing quite a few different things this season. Week after next, after Sandown, we're going to Thruxton, where we're doing a little bit of a jig in itself, where we're going to do a qualifying race and then a feature race. So points are only available in the feature race. You should all be all over this if you've read the ops manual. We've written in that what we're doing there. So that'll be basically 10-minute qualifying, and then the top 10 from qualifying will be inverted for the qualifying race. And then the feature race itself will be where the points are with one compulsory pit stop. So it will be very, very interesting way to do it. There's something a bit different. Those that do Sprints will be used to doing heat formats and sprint races, so probably be an advantage to those guys maybe. But the reverse grid from quali will be very interesting because it will play some mind games to some of these quick boys. Do you set yourself up to try and qualify, have the fastest qualifying during quali? Or do you put yourself in a situation where you try and orchestrate yourself to be 10th in qualifying, hoping that you then go to pole in the qualifying race? So yeah, it'll be an interesting format to try. It's something a bit different, a little bit more simplistic than trying to have different point structures and stuff through Sim Racer Hub. Trying to keep it as easy as possible. For the people that are out helping me at the moment, I know most of those guys with Dave and Bruce are absolutely flat knack at the moment with their own work commitments. We also know sandbagging. That's exactly it. You got to be careful. And then, of course, I have put my little team to work as well to come up with some interesting fuel numbers for the race as well. So you might have some different starting fuels than our usual 50 litres. So just keep an eye on that as well when the sup regs come out for that one. Yeah, so back to Sandown though, it will be raining. It'll be beautiful sunshine when you wake up in the morning, and then it'll get overcast, and then it'll rain it'll rain at the start of practice, and then the sun will come out, and then it'll be overcast. May or may not rain again during the race. Have to see what the weather does, but go check out the servers. The servers are all set and built for it. Go check the servers out, check the weather forecasts out, get a fair idea what's going on. We're using the fixed forecast model. It's not dynamic model, so we've got a fair control of what's actually going to happen. For those that have done wet races with us 2 seasons ago, where we did rain before the start of the race at Mid-Ohio in the over 50s. I think it was meant to be Donington, but it got up for 9 o'clock. I can't remember what track we actually did that, but we did rain before the start of the race and survived it. Last season we did rain the whole race, but we're doing rain before the start of the race this season. And we may or may not have rain at the end of a race coming up later on in the season. But at the end of the day, got to drive to the conditions, got to drive to the tyres. You all did it this week. So I'm sure you can all do it next week at Sandown. I'm looking forward to it, boys. What are your thoughts?
It should be interesting, but I'm seeing that Sean Slater saying that he's going to have a week off. That's going to give Bulldog another spot, mate. So I don't agree with that.
Bloody South Australians all look after each other.
Yeah, I think they do. They're all in together.
If you're having a week off, Sean, you're buying me a beer. when I get over there in December, you're buying me a beer. Simple as that.
Yeah, I don't mind these alternate weather condition ones because whilst I struggle with them a bit, most of the time other people struggle just a little bit more. So I don't mind those type of scenarios.
It's just driving within yourself. It's not driving the car at 11 tenths. It's driving the car at 9 tenths.
Well, and I do that every week, so it works into my weekly strategy.
There we go.
Oh, it looks like you got a free beer coming your way, John.
Oh, dear me. And just a reminder too, before I quickly wrap this up, if you do get, for whatever reason with license points, you do get a race ban, you have to kick that race ban off by spending time spending a night with race control. Been a few people who have done it over this season already, and the feedback I'm getting from race control and from the drivers themselves been bloody good. They've learned a lot, and they're realising the workload and the efforts that get put in by the race control sitting there watching their race, and the decisions they're making are calculated, not biased or personal. So definitely make sure, guys, you do that. I think we've had somebody that didn't do that, had 4 weeks off and come back and thought they were right to race. Definitely need to make sure you do that. And I think it really pays off for race control. I know we're going to be looking for a few bodies for race control next season. Already been tipped up on that one. So if you are looking for something to do a bit different next season, let Dave Coleman know. The other one, speaking of next season, it's round 6 next week. So at the end of Friday, the 1st of November, entries will open up for season 20. So make sure you jump on that one pretty quick. It's going to be the short gap season because we have one race on about the 18th of December, and then we have 2 weeks off for Christmas. So we have the quick break to start at week 1 of the next season, and then we have a 2-week break and then pick up the rest of the calendar and then have another short break. So definitely make sure you get on those entries and stuff quickly. There is a fair bit of workload goes into setting seasons up. You just need to make sure that everyone does their bit, getting those things done quickly instead of late. Also, if you want to get involved, if you've been watching and the wait list is open as well, you can find that in the Discord channel to click on that and get your name down on that one as well. We've already got a healthy list of about 10 drivers sitting there. So the earlier you get your name on the list, better the chances are of getting yourself into next season. Big thank you, of course, to all of our race control guys across all the splits, particularly split 4. I think we've been spoilt this season with Dave and Dykey and Thomas Freeman when he comes in to drive the car for him. They basically got many, many years of experience in Dave in the team, and they do a really good job with us. A huge thank you as well to the other broadcasters. Don't forget tomorrow night, 6:30 and 8:30, splits 3 and 2. Jump in, see how Mr. Dial went. Heard it's not too great. Make sure you get in the chat and let him know. And then, then Hamish and Fishy get in. Good old Brett and Hamish do a great job of split 2, so make sure you get in and support those.
And I've got to say, there's quite a bit of action in the split 2 toward the end of the race, so it's worth tuning into.
A lot of action in split 2 and split 2. Definitely a lot of action at the end. Very interesting action. Anyway, worth the watch, guys. Make sure you support those as well. And on that note, we'll wrap this one up. If I can get my cursor to click the right button. It's moving now. I don't know why. Maybe I could blame that for my driving. Mouse. Yeah, on that note, we'll wrap this one up. It's a huge thank you and a good night from me, and a huge thank you to Mark and Hazy as well. So thanks, lads.
Thanks, everyone. See you next week.
Yep. See you in the rain.
Racing the RaceKraft PT1 custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed The Cage, an 80/40 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with a 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator, down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot, and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the SimPush Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a RaceKraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The RaceKraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation.